Hi everyone, so finally I've managed to get one of these discussions organised and edited. Just recently I had the opportunity to get a few of our members together to chat about why they want the monarchy gone, what they say to people who want to keep it, and much more. I chatted with Deirdre, Robert, Anna, Andy, Henry, George and Sandra for about an hour, and this is of course edited down to just some of the things we talked about. I started by asking them what their main reason was for wanting a republic.
My first thing is the secrecy. And the second thing is the money. The idea that they are above us and that somehow they are better than us and they're like the rest of us.
Yeah, I think for me, it's that point Deirdre said at the end about being a democracy and being a country where we choose who governs us, and we choose the structures of our governance as well. And a monarchy just doesn't fit with that. It shouldn't be part of of a modern democracy. I think it's part of a wider set of changes we could make of removing the House of Lords and other forms of unelected privilege in the country. And I think you start at the top, and that's the monarchy.
For me, we will never tackle the social mobility and social inequality problems we've got in this country while we have a monarchy, because we can't say to children, you can be anything, everyone is worth the same, everyone is equal, and then in the next breath imply to them, except for this family, they're really, really special.
I don't actually live in Britain. I live in Switzerland, so one of the republics in the world where we don't even have a head of state. And what Anna and Deirdre said really resonates as well, just because of the fact that somebody is somehow above you just by being born into a certain family. That to me is really disturbing.
I think it comes down to that fundamental question that everyone is equal, and that they can make a change, through a democratic means, which of course the monarchy is not one.
Equality goes right to the heart of my politics, and the very existence of the monarchy is completely antithetical to my beliefs. The whole idea that we have a head of state selected by bloodline, I don't think that's adequate for 2021, and I think we do need big change right at the top. And I think anybody should be able to have a say in who our head of state is.
They should be treated like the rest of us. They should make their own way in life. They should pay for their own way in life, not to be subsidized by our country when we're going through a huge deal in terms of the pandemic and money. And we've got the likes of the monarchy sitting in their palaces. Everything is comfortable, and we've got food banks on the other side. No, they need to go.
If you use history as a reason for keeping the monarchy or keeping any system in place, it's really the equivalent of saying we've always done it that way, so why should we change it? Yeah, I think one of the problems with abolishing a monarchy in general, not just in the UK but throughout the world, is that it's just too comfortable for people.
History is not a static thing, is it? It's an ongoing thing, and no country's history has become less interesting because they got rid of their monarchy. So to me, the it's part of history argument is complete nonsense.
If I try to talk to people about the Republic, they come out with this, oh, but all the pomp, isn't it lovely to see all the soldiers marching in step?
I mean, if you look at Greece and France, for example, they still have those soldiers dressed up outside palaces and government buildings and so on. I mean, the Greek ones are particularly spectacular.
I think the adage, it's kind of like cancelling Christmas. Of course, Christmas trees are fun, baubles, songs, psalms, the pomp around it. It's exciting. Christmas, whether you believe it or not, it's still an enjoyable celebration. And I think many people, they have Republican ideals, but I think they do think in terms of getting rid of the monarchy. They see it like Christmas. It's just this fun thing we do once a year. Whether we actually believe in it or not, or that other people believe other things, it's fine. But it is just an enjoyable kind of celebration. It doesn't really mean anything beyond that.
So I come from a family that is pro-monarchy and pro everything to do with all that pomp and ceremony. I don't understand why. there's a lot of people that think that if we abolish the monarchy, that's everything British is going to go. That the Britishness only is about the monarchy. There's nothing else about Britain that we could be proud of. And I say that's absolutely not the case. Absolutely not the case.
Monarchists will say, well, as monarchists, we're patriotic, we love our country, but our country is so rubbish that we would have nothing left if we got rid of this one family and the institutions they inhabit. I mean, that's not patriotic to my mind.
But they seem to always have a very low opinion. I mean, if all Britain was only about the monarchy, I mean, I think I would want to leave. I hope this nation has more going for it than Lizzie.
Common reaction that I get when I talk about getting rid of the monarchy, and it's, oh, they're harmless, I'm not worried about them.
For me, the thing that was powerful about it was how it connected the monarchy to racism. You know, the fact that they are part of a racist institutions, they have openly racist members apparently, and it really, I think, helped, you know, that point about the idea that the monarchy is harmless. Well, if they've shown nothing else, if we believe nothing else of what they said, we have to believe that there's racism involved here, both in the reporting around the monarchy and within the royal family itself, because that's what's driven them away.
The thing I like about the Harry and Meghan phenomenon is they've proved that you can just step away from it.
Yeah, no, I think there needs to be a wide-scale reform of the British Constitution. You know, I think having an electoral reform to a more proportional voting system, you know, we touched upon abolishing the House of Lords, a federal Britain with regional assemblies, you know, and Iron Bevan is a huge figure within the Labour Party, and he said the purpose of power is to give it away. And, you know, whilst we have this sort of, you know, democratic system that we have, it is very much broken.
Charles is unpopular. I think the temptation of a coronation is too strong of a political force for the parties to drop, particularly with Brexit and everything else. I mean, if the Queen was to die, I don't think the focus would be on Charles III. I think the focus would be on coronation and using that as a political tool for you know, global Britain, all these big slogans. So yes, I agree publicly, Charles III would be unpopular, but I think it would be spun and sold as this coronation is a new step for Britain.
Consider that. Look at the world now. Look at social justice, happiness, freedom and equality in the world. And you're thinking Sweden, Denmark, Norway, Benelux countries.
But they're very, they're fairly unobtrusive monarchies, and very low key. They don't have the amount of, they don't cost the amount that it costs in Britain. I don't know whether that fact is correct or not, but I think that we spend an enormous amount of money, and we sort of I don't know, we just go all mushy at the thought of the monarchy, and I don't think that is the same in the rest of Europe.
When you rank them like Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and the Netherlands, what is also pushed up is that these are very successful, very pleasant places to live in comparison to some republics, some other republics in Europe. So I think that is, going back to a previous question, is another thing that sometimes comes up, that these Western constitutional monarchies are usually rather pleasant places to live.
I also think we can look at monarchies across Europe to show why they're a bad idea. So we have a corrupt monarchy in Spain, in which,
yes,
as best as I can understand it, the former king who was forced into exile and his family have been involved in various tax dodges. We have a monarchy in the Netherlands, I think, in which there's kind of an unrecognised son of the current or former king. I don't know the full details, but again, you know, we see corruption in these monarchies across Europe, which, if anything, I think strengthens the case against monarchies more broadly. In terms of the broader point about culture and tourism and putting us on the map, I mean, if you've ever been to Versailles on a busy day in the summer, you know, you're not finding a lack of tourists there. or the Louvre or any of these other great palaces in